just 2 nights ago is a mobile game. It's called Florence. I know you and I have heard a lot about this from Greg Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the Giant Bomb Game of the Year deliberation stuff over this whole week because they started rolling it out on Christmas Eve, and it was rolled out all week long, one episode per day. And they were talking about best narrative or best moment or sequence in a video game this year. And Vinny Caravella started talking about Florence. And he started talking about it so passionately, I stopped the podcast, went and bought the game on the Google Play Store for $2.99, and it's only about a half hour long. Could be maybe a little bit longer if you take your time with some stuff, but there's really no reason to. It's about a half hour of gameplay, and it is, if we gave out awards, or if we talked about what was our favorite story of the year, Florence would be at the top of that list for me. It is so fucking good and relatable and tear-jerking and inspirational, and it makes you happy, it makes you sad, and it did this with like the most rudimentary style of touch controls. It's the story. It is so freaking amazing. And if you have 25-30 minutes and $2.99, please do yourself a favor.
Or take it down.
And and play this game, because it hit so hard. Yeah, it hit so hard for me. And then I went back and continued listening to the Bombcast and hearing Vinny talk about a sequence in the game for best moment or sequence, talking about this specific sequence, that I felt exactly what he was saying. And it hit me the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And Vinny, I think he's the oldest guy on the Giant Bomb staff, but he's got 2 kids. He plays a lot of games, and usually what he tries to do is break games, and it's in the most hilarious way to see, like, he's one of those guys that's like, oh, I can do anything I want in this game. Well, can I do this, and this at the same time? And the game crashes. But he also loves narrative, and he loves stories. He loves point-and-click adventures. I've always told you about that. It never fails. There's always one on his top 10 list every year, even if it's new or not. But he got really emotional when talking about a sequence in Florence that he played months ago. And I had just played it and had my moment of emotion when I played the game, and then had that moment of emotion again listening to Vinny talk about it.
That's crazy.
Dude, play Florence, you guys. Please play Florence.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it for sure. I'm downloading it right now.
Okay.
But I noticed that was it
Annapurna.
Like that, are they associated with the film company?
Oh.
And they are.
Yeah.
I just saw that now. I was like, wow, okay. I didn't know they did games too.
They publish a lot of games. Like at the Game Awards, 90% of the indie games that showed up on the Game Awards are published by Annapurna.
There were a lot.
And they are publishing good-ass fucking games. So
Florence.
Jeff Gerstmann's 43. Cheesy. Not 56.
Donut County.
They published Donut County also.
Or country, yeah. Or county.
County.
Yeah.
But you guys need to play Florence.
Gone home for the Switch.
I've heard.
Been like, this is like every year I get on a horse about a game with you guys where it's please play this before we make our lists.
This guy in his own world. You're talking Ernie and her. Mike's talking. Rick's just...
This game is the game this year that you guys, whether it ends up on your list or not, you guys really need to play this game.
I'm scared.
I'm downloading it right now.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Is it Depressed Fest? It's Depressed Fest.
How long is it?
About a half hour tops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably beat it today then.
I'm telling you, Bryce, do it.
All right.
Do it.
It's
empowering. I can keep throwing out stupid buzzwords and emotions.
Just don't.
Okay.
Just don't. It's fine.
I like the
I'm sure I'll probably check it out. I almost did before, and then when I'm like, I don't want to get sad, and that's what hurt. Like, because I remember like earlier in the year when Greg Miller was talking about it, I'm like, I don't want to do it.
He teared up talking about it too without giving any spoilers. Like,
he cries. Greg Miller will tear about a sandwich.
He's the Tommy Dreamer of video game journalism.
Seriously. Oh fuck. one more thing, because I know we're going to watch another trailer, but I want to talk about it a bit. The thing I've been playing the most the last week, and I think it was just like one night when I played it, but is Celeste. More of Celeste. And
yeah.
I really like Celeste so far. Like,
yeah.
How far? Like, I know, forget the chapter part. Tell me, like, the last thing you did.
Okay, so...
Because it shows you only put an hour into it. I'm like, I don't know if you went as far as I did in less than an hour.
So, I did the first sequence. I did the second sequence that's a dream.
Uh-huh.
I did that. And then I did the level after that and completed that. So I've done 3 things.
Okay, well, anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think in context, but yeah, like
it's very good. Like it's
good.
Very good.
It's fucking tough.
Yeah.
And people could fight me on this right now. I'm gonna say this now. That soundtrack on that game is fucking phenomenal.
It is.
There's no way anything's better than that this year. Soundtrack. No way. No fucking way.
You need to listen. You need to play and listen to the Messenger.
Oh, I'm going to, but I don't think it's gonna beat it. I don't.
Celeste?
Yeah. Celeste, the music is very good. So I love the music of Celeste, but here's the thing, like I know you're not because you're just listening to the music that's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
When people are talking about the music of Celeste and how fucking good it is, nobody's talking about the music in game. Everybody's talking about this fucking remixes and shit that are on the soundtrack, which are awesome, but like...
What remixes?
There's like a whole fucking remix of the songs.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I like the music in Celeste. I like the mood it sets. I like everything about it. I like the way it feels, like the way it controls. I'm really enjoying the story of Celeste.
Yeah, it's Meat Boy with more meat.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that in my opinion, there's more to it. You first start playing it, and it's like, there's more to this game.
Yeah, but I am going... The hill I will die on is that The Messenger is a better game than Celeste. I really like what I've played so far of Celeste. But it did not make me want to keep going the way The Messenger did.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't played The Messenger yet, so I can't comment on that.
The sound design of the jump sound, the weapon sound, the weapons clashing sound, the music in The Messenger. There's a transition in music when it happens, and I don't really want to say what that is because I want you to experience it. Mm-hmm. You might have already heard what the twist is.
I have not.
The writing in The Messenger is funny. It's some of the best writing in a video game that can be funny and also... So here's the difference, I think, between Celeste and The Messenger. Celeste is like, and this is not in a bad way, so don't take it that way. Like, it's like the Rick style of movie. It's like Depressed Fest. There's this fucking hard, deep message that you're uncovering. The Messenger is like a fun popcorn flick, but not, and none of those things are negatives. Mm-hmm. It's I would never sit here and say, it's hard to compare them because they literally are apples and oranges. They are 2 different styles of game, and they're both fantastic at what they do. But I've played a lot more of the Messenger than I have Celeste. I'm gonna keep playing Celeste. I'm probably gonna finish that game. But The Messenger is for me. Like, it is everything for me. The graphics, the writing, the music. Like, I've said this to you. Like, there's sequences in The Messenger where you go underwater. And when you go underwater, the music gets muffled. Like a pillow's been put on a speaker. Or, like, things would sound if you were underwater. And when you come up, it seamlessly re-engages into its full fucking glory. For my money, I like The Messenger a whole hell of a lot more than I like Celeste. But I really like Celeste.
I hear you. I mean, I wasn't trying to have this evolve into that because I haven't played The Messenger. For me,
yeah.
And maybe I'll disagree. Maybe I'll change my mind. It'll change my mind when I play The Messenger. But for me right now, like, the music alone in The Messenger or in the Celeste is scratching every fucking... We're playing this on Switch, by the way. I started looking on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Is scratching every fucking itch for me. Like, it just reminds me so much of, like, classic, like, NES retro
looks like
fucking music. Oh,
I'm talking about the style.
The style, well, that too. Oh, every bit of that too. But like the music is just like, and I don't know that I'm weird. Well, I don't know that I'm weird, but like I mean,
you're weird. But
okay,
this may not be why.
This might not be why. But like I think you guys know, I'm a big fan of like the dark. I like night, and I like the dark, and so I remember playing like NES games with like all the lights off and just the light of the TV on me.
Yeah.
And so I was playing Celeste this way too, and so hearing that music and stuff, it just makes me go back. It also brought back like randomly I was getting fucking WrestleMania challenge music in my head from NES, and like because those songs are so dope too. We've talked about that, but man, for the music alone, and then there's something highly addictive to me for Celeste. Like I don't know how much.
One more try.
Yeah,
One more try.
So addictive, and I don't know if you were collecting. What are they? What are apples?
So there's.
What are they? Are they apples? No, they're not apples. There's something. It's fruit.
So
get the fruit.
There's a collectible in the Messenger that's similar. It's similarly hard to get as the way. So like that's the thing is like the Messenger is not just like a Ninja Gaiden. Like it definitely feels that way.
Yeah.
But once you get like your double jump, and once you get the ability to so you can double jump, and then if you hit something, whether it's an enemy or an enemy projectile, you get your jump back.
Okay.
So if you hit the wall, even I think in some cases you get your jump back. So like the platforming is very similar to Celeste, where you have to jump and then you have to do something to get your jump back to jump again and jump.
Like
and
those
jump,
diamond things.
Yes.
The green diamond things.
Right. And
yeah.
so in
Celeste
it's the diamonds, and then in this one it's you actually have to make contact with something with your weapon while you're in the air to get your jump back. So I know a lot of people have been pounding the drum about Celeste and the platforming. I am 100% in the camp of the Messenger and its platforming. Not that one's better than the other. I think they're both fantastic, but they're very similar.
Okay.
The platforming mechanics are very similar, and the Messenger is nowhere near as fucking hard as Celeste, but it gets difficult, and it's puzzly in the Messenger.
Yeah. But see, I think in Celeste it's puzzly.
Yes, it
is.
Well,
in the same way, and just in general, without doing the comparison, the thing that I like, that I think is fun, and the reason why I was probably even attracted to Meat Boy is there's something kind of cool of like, you're looking at the screen, you're in this level, and you have I got to get from A to B.
Yep. It's the precision.
How do I do that?
It's so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's where
you did the chase part in fucking Celeste.
Yes.
That part was a fucking bitch. That part was a bitch, man.
There's an awesome chase sequence in the Messenger too.
Oh god.
Like for real,
yeah.
But again, so here's the difference between the two. The Celeste platforming is super precise. It's how can I go to get this, to get this, to get this, to get this. And in the Messenger, it's like as long as I can make it you don't have to be as precise. As long as I can make it to this enemy or judge their projectiles to where I can hit, jump. So it's still precise. But the thing about Celeste that for me that game hinges on is, that old term pixel perfect platforming. You have to literally be perfect timing, perfect positioning, perfect. And you can kind of slop your way through some Celeste.
Yeah.
But it does not feel as good as when you're like, yeah. And,
right.
And I think there are moments in the Messenger where when you are dead on, it feels great. But it also feels good to just be like, fuck it, get through.
Sometimes that could happen in Celeste too, because it's like muscle memory takes over. Like, oh fuck, I don't know how I did that. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again, but it's gonna happen. I think it's
never do that again if I tried 100 times.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's interesting. I like the little parts in the game too where it's like, okay, my best mode of attack with this level right now is I just need to fall first and then start jumping and going. That's so weird to wrap your head around.
I think it's in the second level that's because that's where the chase thing happens, is the dream area.
Yeah.
So there's one where you have to go up and over, and then there's spikes, and you have to fall, and then you have to go shoot across and grab a wall.
It's such a bitch.
And that is like the most butthole clenching video game I've played in a long time.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and the Messenger has aspects of that too. But when I stopped trying to be so precise in the Messenger, I realized, okay, there is a small room for error in the Messenger that makes it way more accessible than Celeste.
Yeah.
There is zero room for error in Celeste.
No, there's not.
There's times where you can get lucky in Celeste, but in the Messenger, if I don't hit my shot exactly the way I need to, I don't go, ooh, because I know there's a chance to recover.
Yeah.
But yeah. They're two games.
Oh, I can't wait.
Fucking amazing. This is almost like Horizon and Zelda again because they are different, but they are so similar.
Well, The Messenger was on my radar a long time. I might have even mentioned it to you, and then I'm like, dude, Ben's gonna love that. Like, it looks like Ninja Gaiden.
Yep.
Speaking of which, for like a couple of seconds, I fired up Ninja Gaiden on the Nintendo Online thing, and I'm like, I was trying to get the controls. I'm like,
fuck this!
Fuck, I'm dead. Oh shit! I'm like, I remember it all came back to me.
I did that too.
Yeah.
But instead of saying fuck this and turning it off, I played for like 2.5 hours.
Did you?
It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but man, I remember that game. So,
good
all
stuff.
right.